This episode of Homemade was previously recorded in front of a live stream audience who asked questions and cook along during the show. If you love cooking and want to join us in the kitchen, visit homemadecooking.com to register for free live classes. Now, let's get cooking. Yeah, baby, come on in. How is everyone? Today we are so excited about this recipe. I cannot tell you, I am over the moon with this one because I think that, tagines are awesome. We're gonna do this amazing lamb tagine with American lamb. But it's more about braising, and braising is such a win. And we're gonna dive deep into what is braising, how you can rock it out at home more often, and why it is such just a thumbs up all the way around. If we have not met before, I'm Joel Gamoran. I'm the head chef and founder here at Homemade, and really excited to be in the kitchen with you today. This is different from Food Network or YouTube because you can talk to me in real time. If we can't see you, you can talk to our amazing head of production. Give it up for Christina. Christina, how are you?
I'm so good. It's so good to be back.
Yes.
In a class
Yes.
with you.
Yes.
Like, it's the dream.
Yeah, we are what feels like the original duo. We did so many of these together last year, but as we've grown, we've had this amazing team kind of grow with us, and we've had Meg in the chat, who's an incredible chef. And right now they're 6, so we've got Christina, which is amazing.
A pale substitute for Meg, but I'm going to do my best.
You are awesome. What have you been cooking lately, by the way?
Oh, man, such a good question. I have fallen back into the sourdough.
Oh, you're back
void,
in the okay, back
where I
into
just have
2020.
like
It's
starter
COVID
with
again. I like
names. Like, it's wild. There's a lot of ferment. My husband's not into it. He's like, why is everything kind of bubbly and stinky? But in the end, I'm gonna figure it out.
We're still talking about sourdough. I think that, so I've been going on on Instagram and stuff. They do this thing called Will It Sourdough. Have you seen this trend?
No, but I want to hear everything about it.
So they'll take a sourdough bread dough, and then they start putting things in it, and they're like, will it sourdough? And then they bake it. And so they'll be like, burger, will it sourdough? And they'll chop up a burger into a sourdough. Or they'll do Caesar salad, will it sourdough? And some of it comes out and you're like, okay, I would eat that. That is a cooked salad in sourdough, and I would eat that. So the will it sourdough is a big trend. So I don't think you're alone in the sourdough
I'll
thing.
have to check it out, but I'm not sure my kitchen or my marriage would tolerate the will it sourdough. I just am not sure.
I love it. Well, guys, we're going to get started. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about lamb because that is obviously the base to this. But I do want to get a couple of things going. So if you are cooking along, it'd be good to get some water on the boil. So I've got a little kettle here. If you guys have these little kettles at home, they are so kick butt for everyday cooking. I come home, I put my bag down, I say hi to my kids, and I just press start on the kettle. Because even if I'm gonna boil pasta or if I'm gonna do anything, it's working for me. And by the time that I'm done kind of getting my hands clean and kind of all my ingredients out, I've got boiling water and I don't have to wait for water to boil. That's huge. In cooking, it's all about letting the kitchen work for you instead of you working for the kitchen. So that's key. And with that, I have a pot, a big Dutch oven, preheating. Now this recipe is called a American lamb tagine, but I know that most people don't have a tagine. But let's talk about what a tagine is. It looks like this. So pretty. They're so beautiful, and I think that one of the few things that you can kind of cook on and then bring right to table, so they save you the dishes, and they're so impressive, and I think they're just stunning. But so you could cook in the tagine. It's a little hard to kind of brown things in the tagine, but it's really great to braise things in the tagine. So we'll talk about that. And today we're gonna braise, we're using lamb shoulder. Unbelievable. So let's talk about how to braise lamb and what that means. So first and foremost, I'm adding a little bit of neutral oil. Whenever someone says neutral oil, that just means an oil that doesn't have a ton of flavor. So you can use avocado oil, just kind of, it doesn't have to be the fanciest olive oil in the world. And we're gonna start by browning this lamb. So the first step of braising is browning, and you wanna get a little color on it. So I've got this pan on a medium-high heat, and I'm just gonna put little pieces of it. And you can have, by the way, your butcher or your grocery store cut up any piece of lamb that you see in the grocery store into little cubes like this. So if you see a lamb leg and you're like, I don't know how to attack that, just pick up the lamb leg, go over to the meat counter, and say, hey, can you get this ready for a stew or for a tagine? They'll know exactly what to do, and they'll cut it up for you. So you don't have to do any of that. All right, so I'm gonna get this in there. Let those start to sear. And now I'm gonna season them. So I'm gonna give them a little salt and pepper. All right, and this is the time, I know you at home, I know you wanna start mixing this and messing with it. Walk away, let that lamb caramelize, let it get sticky and delicious and kind of stick to the bottom of the pan, and that's what's gonna develop the flavor. We want this to get brown and sweet, and it takes a minute to do that. So don't mess with it, just let it sear. We've got a ton of spices. So I'm gonna hold this up to camera. John, thanks buddy. Who can tell me, take a guess. We've got 6 spices on the plate. What do you think they are? Don't you dare look at the recipe, we'll call you out.
Paprika, ginger,
Paprika, yeah.
ding, ding.
Yep.
Okay, cumin, ding, ding.
Yes. Cinnamon, coriander. All right, this is a good time. I can smell the lamb. Lamb has this way of searing and telling you when it's ready to kind of move. So I'm gonna hold the side of the pan, take my spoon, and just start to kind of move it around, and I'm just gonna hold up a little piece here. See how brown that got by us just hanging out? That's the key. Beautiful. All right, so I've got all these spices in a plate. I'm just gonna kind of get in there with my hands, mix them all up. These look so good. You can add the spices later or now over the lamb, but I'm just gonna knock in the spices, and it already smells incredible because lamb has that fat that just kind of like slowly renders, and it's just so good. But now once you toast the spices in that lamb, it's game over. Your whole house smells just so fragrant and so delicious. Look at that. Look at the color already on this. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. We're gonna let this kind of toast for the next minute or so, and I'm gonna quickly cut some vegetables. So I've got an onion, some garlic. I'm just gonna cut this into little strips, and those strips into little cubes. But you just want kind of bite-size little onion here. Cool. And what we're gonna do now is very key in braising. So we've done our part in making this lamb caramelized and brown. Look at this. So I'm gonna remove it. Now, this lamb is not cooked through at all. This is still raw in the middle, but it's brown on the outside. Those little bits stuck on the bottom of the pan are gold and gorgeous. So you wanna cook in those little bits. That's what's gonna make this braise taste so good. So we're gonna add some onion, start caramelizing it in the lamb fat, in the spices, and just you'll start seeing the pan is starting to kind of clean, and all the little bits of lamb stuck to the bottom of the pan start to enrich the sauce. I'm gonna do the same thing with garlic. I've got 3 cloves of garlic. Smash it, give it a rough chop. So easy. And then in we go. So simple. All right, I'm kind of scraping the bottom here with all the onions and garlic. It smells ungodly, like unbelievable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the lamb back in with the onions and the garlic, and we're gonna add some liquid. And this is what braising essentially is. You brown something and then you cook it in a little bit of liquid. So I'm gonna start with some lamb stock or beef stock or vegetable stock, whatever you've got around. Chicken stock will work too, and you just kind of scrape the bottom. And you don't need to cover this. That's boiling or that's poaching. This is braising. This is just a little bit of liquid that creates kind of a base that allows this lamb to stay super juicy and succulent. And then we're also gonna add some canned tomatoes. So at this point, what you wanna do is you wanna cover this. And I've got a little lid over here. And you wanna let this cook for like 2 hours. Now at this stage, you can let this sit on the countertop and you're done. Or what you can also do is put it inside the tagine and stick this whole thing anywhere that you can get heat, in the oven, on top of your stove top, so you can transfer it. You would want to cook it in this pot first so you get the browning, but then you can slow cook it in this. And the reason why you'd want that is because if you imagine this being the lid, what happens over time is that the steam rises inside this little, cylindrical top and then drips back down on the lamb, making it extra, extra moist, incredibly tender. So there's a reason why it's shaped like this. Nowadays, this will still work, but what you see on the bottom of this pot, you see these dimples. No one realizes that these dimples, if I hold it upside down, they're like little raindrops. So they do the same thing that our little buddy the tagine does, but this is the French style. So I'll hold it up so you guys can see again to the side. But it's like these little driplets that, again, if I put on top of this, will just kind of shower the lamb and really keep it really succulent. All right, cool. The opposite of something that cooks really low and slow is what we're going to show you now. So this is like the classic semolina couscous. You can buy this anywhere nowadays. You don't even have to measure couscous. You just dump couscous into a bowl, right? This is just raw couscous. And remember I got my kettle boiling a long time ago? It's ready for me. I grabbed some hot water. And you just want to pour this over the couscous enough to kind of cover. So just to like make a little puddle. You can just kind of eye it. Just enough to cover. And we want to trap the steam of that couscous. So I just put a plate over the top. That's going to be done in 2 minutes. All right, so this lamb we're going to swap out so you guys can see, but I do want you guys to see this. If I pick this up, look at the dripping. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera, but that is the dripping action I'm talking about, and it smells glorious. So here's what it looks like when it first starting to braise. And here is what it looks like after 2 hours. And you guys see the color difference? One is more caramely and toasty and rich. I might as well go side by side. And the other one is just lighter, right? Look at this, the difference. So time and concentration and just this gorgeous flavor. This is what you get with a little bit of patience. And it's not like cooking time in the sense where you have to sit there and babysit it. You just leave it on and go watch a show, take a shower, do some homework, hang out. Like, it's not high maintenance, and that's why I love it. So really simple. We're gonna add some briny green olives. Again, nothing kind of quite pairs with dried fruit like the sweetness of lamb. So lamb just has the it factor. So we're gonna add some beautiful dried fruit over the top of that. We've got cilantro, and you guys know me, I'm not wasting stems, nothing. So I just kind of chop that up. All right, so the tagine is gorgeous. Let's take a look at the couscous. Now the couscous was done, let's be real, a long time ago, probably 5-10 minutes ago. But I can still feel that it's warm, right? And so you take off that plate and look at how it just transforms. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's like, it went from this dry pasta vibe to like this fluffy, beautiful couscous. And you can just grab a spoon or a fork, and just like rice, you just kind of fluff it like this. And it's done. All right, let's get to it. So, tagine, open, couscous. This is our bed, baby. Just kind of make a gorgeous little, I don't know why I'm going scoop at a time. Let's go in. So, nice bed of couscous. And then you grab that gorgeous American lamb, and you feel good about it. The fact that you took the time to know, is this actually from America? Am I supporting America? Am I supporting my health? Am I supporting local family farms? And also just supporting the best food ever. I mean, look at this as I kind of just spoon it out. The spoon is tiny. I need a bigger spoon, but let's get a bigger spoon here. But yeah, you can just kind of drape this over the top, and you kind of want that gravy, that sauce that you worked so hard on building, just to kind of spill over the couscous. And that is the sauce. That's why we don't need to season this couscous, because the lamb is the seasoning.
That looks so luxurious. Like, it's just like Glowy, glossy, amazing.
Does it get much better? I don't know. And then you grab a little bit of cilantro or something kind of green, and you just kind of over the top, and I mean, you cover this up, right? And you bring this to the table, and you don't need a lot of side dishes. It's got veggies in it. It's got the couscous. It's got the protein of the beautiful American lamb. And you just come and you just kind of tilt this to the side. And people say, "You're amazing. I will come over anytime you call me." And you're like, "I made this 3 days ago, guys. You don't even know it." This is such an easy win. So, all right, let's dig in. Best part of my job. Again, I'm going spoon, because couscous. So I'm gonna go a little couscous, grab a little bit of that gorgeous lamb. Going in again. Sorry, this is not a one biter. This is like a, oh my gosh. I literally could just sit on a couch under a blanket with that in my lap and call it a day. Like, that is all I want in life. It is so fragrant and so just, your mouth is just, it's almost confused in a good way. Like, it's just new flavors, the sweetness of the cinnamon, the ginger, the spiciness of the ginger, but it all works with kind of that hum of the lamb. And I think a lot of people talk to me about lamb, they go, does lamb have this gaminess? Does it have this grassiness? Not at all. Lamb has a clean finish, and it just plays with flavors in such a good, natural way. The couscous is a perfect vessel just to soak up all the gravy that the lamb thickened for us. This is just a 10. Guys, I was telling Christina, besides cooking over straight heat, like a fire, a tagine is one of the oldest ways you can cook, right? And again, they did this because they would, obviously kill lamb back in the day out in the wild, and they would have these really tough meats that they couldn't chew through. So they had to figure out a way to cook it longer and to keep it moist. And so this is what they came up with. And this recipe and this type of cooking has been around for centuries. And there's a reason why, because it's damn good. It is so good. And if you think about what's in it, the olives, preserved. They didn't have refrigerators in the desert where they're cooking lamb, right? You have dried fruit, preserved. It was dried in the sun. They didn't have refrigerators to keep grapes. So what you think about this recipe, it's a little taste of history. It's a little taste of the past, but there's a reason why it's so elegant and why it still works today, because it is hitting the spot. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you for cooking an old school treat in a new way. We love it. See you all. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. Hey there, I'm Joel Gamoran. I'm the head chef and founder of Homemade, and we launched Homemade with the idea that we want to bring cooking and the kitchen to the world. So if you love cooking and want to join us in one of our free live stream cooking classes, head to our website, homemadecooking.com. That's homemadecooking.com to register today.